Hello, everybody, and welcome to our very first live stream on LinkedIn. We are on BedTimes LinkedIn site. We'd like to welcome everybody. We have Beth, Dave, and Waynette here who are going to share some awesome highlights from the November issue of BedTimes magazine. We will hold any questions and answers, if there are any, until the end of the session. Just add them in the comment section and we can take a look at those towards the end if we have time. Okay, so we will kick it off. I'm going to turn it over to Waynette.
Hi there, everybody. I'm Waynette Goodson. I'm your managing editor of BedTimes and Sleep Savvy magazines. I'm happy to be a part of this LinkedIn live stream today and to be with my colleagues, Dave Perry, our editor at large, and Beth English, our fearless leader, our creative director. So I feel like I should just lob it over to Beth for her to introduce our November issue.
Hi, well, thank you. This is so much fun and very different and exciting for us. I hope you guys enjoy the new things we're trying out. I'm very excited about our November issue. And I know Waynette's going to talk about this in a minute, but our cover story is all about gratitude. And, you know, that's a deeply important topic to me. I just feel like this month is such an important time to reflect on the good things from this past year. So Waynette, do you want to talk about, I know you talked to several members of the industry and really got their feedback on various aspects of gratitude.
Right. Yes. Well, when I'm going to admit it to everybody, right? When Beth came to me with this idea, attitude of gratitude, I thought, hey, and I think you had some concerns too, Beth, about this one, because, we are the bona fide business journal for the bedding industry. So at first blush, we wondered, well, is this a little too softball? Is this too much of a light touch? But then when I got the leaders on the phone who I got to talk with, about 7 of them, they really brought this story home because they took their answers very seriously. And they put a lot of thought into it, and they were very specific. For example, I asked them, who in the bedding industry would you like to thank? So those were some very refreshing answers. I asked them, in the past 6 months, can you remember a specific time that something happened that you felt just especially grateful, and why? And then also, how do you build positivity and create an attitude of gratitude within your company and with your team? And some of their answers were just so inspiring.
Yes.
That it's just a feel-good story. And don't we all need a feel-good moment right now?
Yes.
So Beth, how did you respond? Did it turn out the way you wanted it to turn out? I think it did.
It exceeded my expectations because everybody was so generous in their answers and so thoughtful. And, I love that when people were able to talk about other people within the industry that they appreciated. I just thought, I don't know, it was very heartwarming to me and made me feel our community as an industry, which I think is one of the best things about the bedding industry.
Right. Well, and two, now we had to have some fun with this because, we have Thanksgiving right on the horizon. So as the last question, we had a bright, and that bright question was the age-old debate, turkey or ham? And, I got some very interesting answers. We had a few folks who were very untraditional at their Thanksgiving table. So now I'm going to put both Beth and Dave on the spot. Okay, Dave, are you turkey or ham?
I am turkey.
Turkey.
No question.
Okay, no question. Okay, Beth, are you turkey or ham?
I love both of them, but we always have turkey.
Always turkey. Okay.
Always turkey.
So that's what we have in common, because I am a traditional oven roasted turkey, giblet gravy dressing. Can you believe that? Is Thanksgiving next week or the week after?
No, it's a couple more weeks.
Couple more weeks. Woo!
At least 2. I don't know. I haven't looked at my calendar.
Next week, another thing we have to talk about next week is the sustainability conference.
Right.
Which is
that very exciting thing coming up.
16th and 17th. So Beth, why don't you just say a word about the sustainability conference?
Well, I mean, it's the first time ISPA's done something like this. Obviously, sustainability has just grown as a enormous topic of concern, for everybody, but especially within our industry. We've had mattress recycling on, ISPA's been on the forefront of that with our MRC, Mattress Recycling Council. But now we're stretching a little more, and we're going to have this conference, and we're going to have these excellent speakers. And I'm so excited to learn more because I know I can grow a lot in this area, and I'm hopeful that this conference will provide great answers or help be thoughtful springboards for folks to take back to their plants and their companies.
Right. And to just sort of get started, like if you haven't started taking steps towards sustainability
Right.
yet, you should leave the conference knowing, hey, here's a good plan that I can start off with. Okay.
Even those who are further along will get something out of this for sure.
Exactly too. It's all different levels. In fact, read the October issue because
Yes.
all the crib notes for every speech and what you can expect. So bring your October issue with you to the conference next week.
Absolutely.
Okay. So I'm going to turn it over to Dave. Dave, what do you like about the November issue?
Well, on a personal note, I am going to echo the sustainability theme with my profile, which is Agro International. Agro is a German innerspring mattress producer, and sustainability is one of their big focuses.
Yeah.
They talk in the article, we talk about cycles, product life cycles, and I think that's an interesting way to think of products. It's got lives plural. This is not just one and done off to the landfill. They have pocketed coil products that in which all the components can be recycled. So I love this idea of multiple lives for the product. And so thinking in terms of cycles is important. And this is part of circular manufacturing thinking, where you think about using these components in a circle and continuing to use these products over and over, and that extends their life. And of course, that reduces the mattress industry's impact in landfills and things like that. So, excuse me, very interesting what Agro is doing. And then I want to echo on the theme of gratitude. I want to talk just for a second about a kind of surprising finding that I write about in my column, which is the strong retail optimism. This year has been a tough year for retail. As I said in one of my columns, we've had a couple quarters of retail declines, and that sounds like a recession. And yet, after Labor Day, and Labor Day was flat to maybe up a little bit, but after Labor Day, retailers were asked, well, are they more or less optimistic about the rest of this year? 45% of retailers are more optimistic after Labor Day. So I think there is an enduring optimism, there is an enduring spirit of gratitude in the industry. And I think we, shrewdly tapped into that, and I could easily see this being a regular feature. I love the idea of who are some people that you are grateful for. I think it's really great to have specifics like that. So I am looking forward to seeing that report. And I know, as Beth, as you said, this is an industry that is a very tightly knit community. Mm-hmm. And the fact is, every time the community gets together, even during somewhat maybe scary COVID markets, there's always an upbeat nature to those meetings. And looking ahead a little bit, I have to tell you, the High Point market was off the charts in optimism, in gratitude, and it was just a absolute breath of fresh air. Was that what you saw in High Point as well?
I mean, it was just like, 2019 all over again. As far as traffic, and there weren't, people in any mask, and everyone shaking hands and hugging, and just having all the fabulous, the aftermarket things are great with the cocktail hours and the parties, and there was just a very happy spirit, upbeat spirit about the whole thing. So I had such a great time, and I had a great time with you, Dave. We did some fun videos. If you haven't seen our videos, watch them.
We did some fun videos. More of those are coming. You'll see me put together an all metal bed base using no tools in just a matter of seconds. There might be a little bit of speeded up photography there. Beth, what kind of takeaway did you come out of the High Point market with in terms of just are we back to normal or almost back to normal? Is that kind of how it felt to you?
Yeah, that one actually felt like the most normal market I've been to in a while. You're right. The attitudes, everybody was very positive. I felt like people were out and about. I felt there was good traffic, and I was only able to make it out on Sunday, but it was a great day. We had beautiful weather. and it's gorgeous and High Point at that time of year. And it just felt good. It felt really, really good. And there's lots of great products, and I can't wait to share all this with you in the December issue.
Yes, we have been working on the new product coverage coming out of High Point, and that's also a good chance for us just to quickly look ahead to January. Hey, I got to think January is going to be off the charts for optimism, for excitement, for new products. With the momentum we saw in High Point, as everyone knows, January really is our big mattress market, and I just have to think the industry really has some great momentum going into January, which looks great for next year.
I know, I'm excited. I'm always excited for the January market. It's great.
Well, just for the viewers out there, just so that sort of the behind the scenes of being at a magazine, and one of the reasons that these previews are so hard for me personally is that right now the three of us are deep into producing December. So we're reading all the December stories, and we're in a December mindset. November happened a month ago for us. So, for us to switch gears and talk about what happened a month ago. So we always have like one step a month ago, what we're doing now, and then looking forward to the January market and planning January. So
Right.
if you talk with us and we don't know what day it is or what month it is.
I have this calendar I keep flipping because I'm like, okay, it is a little
challenging.
Yeah, absolutely. I did want to mention two other pieces that we have in the November issue. I asked Mark Battersby, who is a finance writer. He's written about taxes and finance for more than 25 years, to tackle a story about coping with inflation, because obviously prices are going up everywhere. And also, how steps you might want to take to survive a recession. And he has some really great practical advice in here. I thought one piece that was particularly interesting is if, whether or not we even have a recession, is to be aggressive with your marketing. You always want to stay in front of people, and, and you want to keep connected with your customers. Obviously, good advice at any time, I think. So that was great. And then we also had a piece from Susan Robertson, who is, let me see, I wrote myself a note here. She is an instructor on applied creativity at Harvard. And she wrote about ways to get the most out of a brainstorming session. Like, there are 10 rules to follow. And I know back when our staff met in August, we had a staff retreat. We followed some of these, and some of these I wish I had known. So I will be logging that in my brain for the future. But yeah, it's very useful ways to generate great ideas and how to act on them. And I know that some of the things we talked about in August, we will be starting to implement come January. Not enormous changes, but incremental changes that I hope will make the magazine better for our readers.
Yeah, we had a great session, and I think brainstorming is always a fun thing to do. And we thought about different ways to present the news. We kind of went through the publications and looked at some of the different sections. We talked about ways maybe we could make it easier for our readers to follow some themes. We talked about ways to maybe in Sleep Savvy have an even stronger retail focus. So yeah, we had great brainstorming sessions, and you're right, Beth, it would have been nice to have an Ivy League list of improved suggestions, but excuse me, sounds like we hit, excuse me, several of them.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, I think we've discussed most of what was in the issue. Kathy, I don't know if we have.
I think we're good to go. We've about hit our almost at 12:15.
Well, we can chat, can't we?
Yeah, see? Okay. So
who saw the lunar eclipse last night? Was anybody into it?
Yes, I got up early. My daughter helped me get up and watch. So
yeah, this is why I look so raggedy, because I just had to get up at like 4:30 and go outside and see what was going on. So anyway, so it's such a big day today. We have the lunar eclipse and everybody's out voting. And then there's a full moon tonight. So such a big day today, such an exciting day.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. All right.
Thank you all so much for tuning into our live stream. We really appreciate it.
Thank you.
We did. Great seeing you guys.
Yeah,
hope you have a great rest of the month, and stay tuned. More fun things to come.
Look for the issue in your mailbox.
Okay. Bye-bye.